What's going on, pop culture fam? It's your boy J. Rue and
Kungfu,
and we're coming at you live from Austin, Texas. We're coming at you. We're gonna talk. It's holidays.
Yeah.
Christmas and Hollis.
That's right.
Today's show, we're gonna talk a little bit about Andor. Finally, that finished. Which, I mean, we're both in agreement. It was a fantastic show. And then we're just gonna give our thoughts on Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, also known as Namor Kick Some Ass with some water balloons, and we're just gonna keep it short today. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. So I know you said you had questions for me about Andor, so I'm gonna let you start.
So my opinions on Andor. First of all, I loved it. Definitely both in agreement that this is probably the second best Star Wars show, right behind Mandalorian, real close. Mm-hmm. If not real close, almost a tie, like 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
But I would say when it comes to the more adult side of Star Wars, it's definitely better than Mandalorian because it's
the acting.
The acting, yes, definitely the acting. Because some of the best scenes in the show was just dialogue.
Yeah.
Between different people, it was like you could tell from the tension. And everyone has their like underlying secret agenda. That it's like when they announced the show, they said it's going to be a true espionage show, and they lived up to the hype.
It was Tinker Tailor Soldier. I don't know if you ever seen Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, but it literally was that in Star Wars for sure. And I think the fact that what was for me so compelling about the show was, obviously, it's called Star Wars, right? And we see like the fantastical parts of it, like the aerial space battles, ships and the Jedi and the Sith and lightsabers and blasters and Han and Chewie and all that. But we didn't really get to see a lot of the political side of it, with the exception of Episode 3, where you see the Emperor coming into power. But like, to me, I thought it was like, oh man, I guess I never really thought about like what it took to get the rebellion started.
It took a lot.
And then a lot of people had, to me, I think what the main kind of summary for this season, and they've already announced that they're doing season 2, but I think the main kind of one word that sums up this season is sacrifice. Because you see everybody, or at least a lot of the main characters, sacrifice something.
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård, like that scene where he's talking to homeboy that's in the ICB, that's like you end up finding out he's a spy.
Yes.
And he's like, I have a daughter now, and I have a wife, and what are you giving up? And he just gives like that epic, like 8-minute long dialogue, explaining how like literally he, and at the end he says, I'm giving up, I'm sacrificing everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's a master class of acting. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh no, you good. Like that's a great way to explain, because yes, when you watch each episode, everyone has something. It's high stakes.
Yeah.
Like everyone has something big they're gonna lose at some point in this show. Like, from, of course, spoiler alert. Besides from Andor's mom dying, and then dealing with some people, it was their riches. For the senator, it was pretty much her family.
Yeah.
Like, she want to do it, but you see, like, she's like, fuck, I have to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking, like,
if not, she's caught. Like, she's done.
Yeah, and like, I don't want to fucking get my daughter away like this in an arranged marriage, which that's one of my,
with the criminal.
Yes. Okay, so that's like one of my questions about that portion was that.
Yeah.
Just everyone has something on the line.
Yeah.
Like, so it's very intense. Like I said, you had a couple of battles here and there. Those lightsabers, of course, but just more just fisticuffs. People, using their words as for ammunition to kind of like throw each other under the shade, or hey, you can't do this, or hey, if you do this, you're gonna jeopardize this and this and this. Everyone just killed it. It was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And one thing from watching the show that I'm happy they finally was able to make use of these goddamn people. The stormtroopers was actually fucking people you don't want to fuck with. Like literally, like the stormtroopers you see in the movies now, like you're gonna miss me when you shoot. Whatever. But these stormtroopers was like, I'm not gonna fuck with these guys. Like they're dangerous.
Yeah, they literally gave us the stormtroopers that we saw in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Right. And like turned it up to 11.
Yes.
Because, like it's funny. Like it's like when you watch Star Wars, right? Don't take like leave Andor out. You watch Star Wars, like the Empire's bad, right? When you hear like Empire, it just you get like that feeling like it sounds bad, right? But you really didn't like. There wasn't really anything for you to be like, damn, like do I really need to fear these stormtroopers, or are they really doing anything like overtly bad? And then in that final episode, when they just started shooting everybody
in a funeral,
doing
a funeral session,
dude, I was like, holy crap! Like I was like, man, like that's some like that was the flint that started the fire for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was like, holy crap! Okay, like now I could understand like why there was like initially to get the rebellion going, like there was so much fear, because not only did you couldn't trust, right? Because that you had that, obviously it was pretty obvious to us as a viewer, like that one guy that was pretending to be like a local was like an ICB agent.
Of course.
And you're like, okay, yeah, for sure. But again, you didn't know. Like I didn't know. I was not expecting Homeboy to be a spy for Stellan Skarsgård's character.
Which one?
The
one that was
the redheaded dude with the mustache.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit! Like, okay, so like they got their own spies, and it's just like, and then like to see like the only time you ever see Mon Mothma in the Star Wars original trilogy, I believe, and I could be wrong, and I'm pretty sure that somebody will tell me in the comments, but I think it's like Return of the Jedi. Maybe the first original Star Wars, maybe, and I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's just Return of the Jedi, and you're just like, okay, who's this chick? Like, obviously she seems to be important because she's like, okay, here's like, this is like our last battle, our last stand. This is what we have to destroy, this second Death Star, and all of this hangs on this.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, she's got to be important some way, and then when they brought her back in Rogue One, you're like, okay, well. Yeah, she's been there since the beginning, but really it still didn't really give us a full taste. In Andor, like when I say sacrifice was like, for me, like the theme of this season, like she had to sacrifice her political morals, her family, probably her relationship with her husband, which she was probably already willing to sacrifice that to begin with.
Yeah.
Right? But like, yeah, man, it was just, I mean, just to see a lot of that turmoil behind closed doors that you didn't see in the movies, that you really had to like stop and think like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. But it's like Stellan Skarsgård told, what's his name, Forrest Whitaker, I can't think of his name. He's like, well, what are we supposed to call this? He's like, call it war. And like Stellan Skarsgård gave up his own men.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to tell him. He's like, what the fuck you mean you're not going to? That's like 30. You're losing. You're going to give up 30 men. And he's just like, it's war. If we don't give them up, they're going to know that something else is up, and they're going to come find us regardless. So we got to let them go. I was just like, damn. Like I want to see more of that now. Right? Yeah. Like I want to see more of that. Hopefully we do get to see that in Andor season 2, because I will say that there was some points in this season where it felt a little draggy, a little too wordy, but when it mattered. Like, and again, I feel bad with not being able to recall the actors' names, but the actress that played Mon Mothma, to me, she was a breakout for the show, because I was not really expecting that from her.
Yeah,
Diego Luna killed it. Like, I really didn't care for him in Rogue One. I was like, I was like, this kind of dude's kind of like a fucking ass. Like,
Andor in Rogue One was like whatever, but now you see his backstory.
Yeah,
it makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense why he would have a true disdain and hate by any means necessary. Saw Gerrera, I couldn't think of his character's name, Forrest Whitaker's character. But by any means necessary, we got to win mentality. And then Stellan Skarsgård. Oh my, just top, like all around, everybody had fantastic. It was top notch. Andy Serkis, bro. I'm telling you right now,
killed it.
That dude is to me is so underrated and just movies in general, because I mean he was fantastic in the Batman as Alfred,
of course,
like awesome. Andor, Caesar, and all of the Planet of the Apes, Lord of the Rings is golf. I mean, like the dude's got a predator. Ulysses Claw in Marvel for
Black
Ultron,
Panther.
Black Panther. Like the dude can Supreme Leader in the new trilogy in Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah. Supreme Leader Snoke. Sorry, I couldn't think of his name. Like the dude can act, man. I just don't think like people give it like. And the first time I ever saw him, 13 going on 30.
Really?
Yeah. With Jennifer Gardner.
Yes.
Yeah, he was her boss at the magazine. And I was like, oh shit, that's Andy Serkis. And I was like, and then dude, I just don't think, dude. I tell you, man, my heart broke when he's like, I can't swim.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, and it's crazy. That was crazy because you see everyone jump in the water, but then you only see 2 people make it
that we know of.
Exactly, know of. Yes, that was crazy to see, because you see them all swimming. All of a sudden, I'm like, hold on, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2.
Brother,
hey, where y'all at?
There was thousands of them in that prison, and 2 survived. Yeah, man, I mean, dude, Andor was.
I wouldn't be surprised if, just they may not even show this in season 2 of Andor. They may just come. Of course, from this will be it's a year before Rogue One, so they're gonna focus on more on that. I wouldn't be surprised if his little backstory is that he decides to go back into the actual jail and just take it over. He runs it now. Pretty much, he runs it. He able to have a couple of prisoners stay behind, and they run the whole goddamn thing. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I'm really curious to see what happens. Like, I want to know what happens to Biggs, the girl.
Oh, hold on. Which one? That was her cousin?
No, his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, I want
to know what happens to her.
Yes,
dude. Okay, here's another thing, dude. Robots can fucking act, bruh. When his mom died and he was like, "Where are you going?" Bro. I was like, you have got to be kidding me that I'm about to get teary-eyed over a damn robot,
over
bro.
a droid, yeah. And when Homeboy came over and covered the hologram and flipped him over, I got pissed.
Oh, I know,
like, this is that bullshit right here. I was like, nah, we finna fight.
I'm like, nah, B, you can't do that to B. I was so mad. Yeah, dude, Speaking of, like I said, we're talking about inanimate objects that can act. The fucking droid, bro. That shit fucking got me.
When he told, I guess Andor's brother or whatever, he's like, don't leave. How about you stay here with me? Stay here. He's like, one night. He's like, stay here. Yeah. When he looked at him, stay here with me.
He's like, I want to go. And I'm like, oh, bruh. I'm like, come on, man. This is impossible. I've never in my life dude, this is the second robot that's brought tears in my eyes, bro.
What was the first one?
Iron Giant.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Iron Giant.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm trying to, okay, so, so my questions was, okay.
Okay.
So, Why did okay? So I guess the kind of like you said, cover up what she had going on. Why did she marry or have her daughter marry his son?
Okay, so the homeboy was a money launderer.
Okay, yeah, okay,
and she needed to be able to cover her missing 400 million credits.
Okay, I knew about that. Yeah,
okay?
She had. Yeah,
and so he was like, "Well, I can help you get rid of it, but I need your daughter to marry my son." He wanted to get political flavor out of it.
Okay,
because he's just a gangster. That's all he was.
Okay.
He's a banker, like money launderer. That's all he was. But in order for him to get into politics.
Now I wonder if they're gonna. So, with that being said, have we seen them before at all during the Star Wars lore?
No.
Their kids married at some point. Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of.
Because when you see the senator or whatever in Rogue One and that kind of deal, it's just her. You don't know about she has a
different haircut. She's got that little bowl cut.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Obviously, I think I forgot exactly how many years this season is before Rogue One.
It's total 5. So season 1 we were gonna watch him
was 2 years because he was gone.
No,
for
it was
a year.
4.
Oh, 4. Yeah,
it was 4 because technically, every per episode was a year. Per 3 episodes was a year.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 was a year. But then season 2 is going to be all 12 episodes. Going to be a full year leading up to Rogue One. So don't be surprised if you see Emily Clark like on the last episode of Andor.
Oh, Emil Clark.
Emily Clark. Yeah.
It's Kira.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you see her pop up.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. I don't see why she doesn't show up in Mandalorian or any of the other, because like her character is still around in the comic books, and that's canon for Star Wars. So,
so that's one. And when Andor asked him, "Are you going to kill me or not?" So what was up with that?
Like he was like, "Look, you can like basically like, are you either gonna kill me or are you gonna use me? Because your ass was supposed to kill me. I ended up getting away. And surviving and coming back, and I got the drop on you.
Yeah.
But I'm unarmed. I'm giving you the choice. Like he's basically saying like, this is how good I am at doing this. And that's why he smiled. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, I need you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much at the end of Andor 2, what they should have was, is Andor going to survive going to the next season? What's going to happen to Andor? Is he going to get shot? What's going to happen to the people around him? Stay tuned. That's what it should have been in my the whole 6 Batman.
Yeah. same bat channel, same bat time.
Stay around.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised halfway through season 2 we don't get K2 as well. This the Imperial security droid that he had in Rogue One.
Yeah, because he kind of met one.
Yeah, that's the one that arrested him.
Yeah.
So, dude, and that's what I like, the deep cuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he escaped to a beach, and he dies on a beach in Rogue One.
Oh yeah,
because they're on Scarif, which is a beach.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a tropical planet.
Mm-hmm.
And then him and Felicity Snow as Jalen Urso. I think that's her dad. Well, anyways, like they limp off onto the beach.
Yeah.
And then the Death Star vaporizes them. So I was like, oh man, that's pretty fucking dope. Like I was like, oh shit. He escapes to a beach to like live out the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm.
And then dies on the beach.
Yeah, you mean he's about when he was a kid?
No. Because remember when he walks away with those 300,000 credits.
Yes.
And he goes to that beach. When you remember he had that, he was like on that beach resort.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about when his mom first met him on.
On that planet. Yeah. No. I was talking about like he's like, okay, I'm out.
Oh yes.
You know, like I'm gonna live out my days on this beach.
He's like, I'm not doing nothing.
I'm a tourist.
I ain't doing nothing. I was like,
yeah.
I get it, son. It's because you're, skin color. That's the truth.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, and the fact that, dude, another deep cut was the fact that he was putting together parts for the Death Star that would eventually kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what the after credit scene was. Did you see the after credit scene on this?
What?
There's an after credit scene
No.
on the final episode.
Oh, fuck.
It's at the, literally, like the credits are like 10 minutes long?
Yes.
It's literally at the very end. And you see like these little like droids, and they're like on like these, it looks like solar panels. And then like, how like you're building like those like star parts or whatever?
Yeah.
They're like stacked. And they're like the droids are like lower them into like into these things. And the camera pans out, and it's literally like the pieces of the Death Star are being built together.
Oh shit!
I was like, damn, that fool was helping to build the weapon that would eventually kill him.
Oh shit! That is fucking deep. God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and just watch that shit now.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not much, but that it is an after credit scene.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And that's the only one, right?
That was the only one, yeah.
Okay, for the say, like, did I miss any more after credit scenes? The bitch, like,
did you see that there was a take of Homegirl, his mother, and it almost made it into the final cut where she says "fuck the Empire." Yeah, so she gives that final speech and she's like, everybody needs to rise up, and this there was a take where she says "fuck the Empire." Oh, and then they were like, oh, I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah, this would be Disney Plus. Yeah,
I'd be like, oh shit, that would have been fucking dope.
Right.
But but apparently there was a take that they did, and it almost made it into the final episode.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, but that was a pretty deep. That was pretty deep little speech she gave.
Yeah.
That's from her deathbed.
Yeah. But
Empire.
I was thinking about it. I was talking to my wife. Shout out to my wife, Andrea. About it, I was like, damn. I was like, it's odd that you see like these shows and like these. And again, I don't know if it's a made up. To me, I'm just gonna say it's made up because of Star Wars, right? But these made up like customs, I was like, damn, that's pretty fucking dope. I was like, babe, when I die, cremate my ass, mix me into some concrete, and put me in the wall. I was like, that's fucking dope. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like that, or mix me into masonry and make me into a brick, or that. I was just like, damn, that's kind of fucking dope. Like,
right.
It's just your body. It's a shell. I mean, whatever you believe in. But for me, it's my spirit's gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like, that's kind of fucking dope, man.
Into a brick, yeah.
Should make my ass a brick.
And he used that brick as a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Boop, boop, boop. He was a bitch slapping folks with that brick. That shit was funny as hell.
Yeah, man. I actually really, really enjoyed this show. Like I said, I think there were some parts where it was a little wordy and it kind of dragged on a little bit. Some episodes could have been shorter, but I think overall, to me, I think it's tied with Mandalorian as far as like.
Yeah.
Now, my hope is that season 2 is just as good, if not better, and maybe they kind of like, okay, here's what worked, here's what didn't work, because at this point, if they're not showing us more battles, because it is going to be a 10-year span, allegedly a 10-year span or a 12-year span with each episode, if they're not showing us more battles of the pockets of the rebellion coming together and fighting the Empire, I think that's a missed opportunity. Yeah. Because I know it's Andor, but it's Star Wars. Like we get to see battles in the movies and in Clone Wars and all this other stuff, but like we don't really get to see like you said, the war, the fucking backstabbing, the this, that, and the other, the dirty shit like that goes on behind closed doors that nobody reads about in history books.
Yeah. So what was, besides being a spy, I guess the senator's, I guess that was her sister?
Yeah, I didn't know she had, again, that's new for me too.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, she had a cousin.
It was a cousin?
Cousin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so what's her deal?
And again, I could be wrong, and I'm not really reading any of the Star Wars comic books, There's just too much to kind of. There's too much. There's really not too much, but it's a lot. I'm just too far behind. I literally would have to probably buy omnibuses and trades just to kind of really catch up to where they're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if she plays a part in like the comic books where they're at in the continuity.
Okay.
But who knows? I know like with the current Star Wars, the main title in Marvel Comics, it's set in between. I think Empire and Return of the Jedi. I think I could be wrong because Luke has a golden lightsaber.
Okay.
Which makes sense because he got his arm chopped off
Mm-hmm.
in Return of the Jedi, or excuse me, Empire Strikes Back, loses Anakin's lightsaber, his dad's. So you would have to get a replacement. So I think that's where that continuity is. And then you got Darth Vader. And they're doing screwy stuff right now with Padme. She's dead.
Yeah.
But he's like, oh shit, you're alive. And it ends up being like one of her. Remember, she has body doubles.
Yeah.
It ends up being Keira Knightley's character. Which, fun fact, in episode 1, her body double is played by Keira Knightley.
Oh really?
Natalie Portman's a body double. Yeah. Her Queen Amidala's body double, was played by Keira Knightley. So Keira Knightley's character shows up, and Vader's like, oh. Well, she doesn't know that I'm Anakin, right?
Yeah.
So he's kind of like using her because she wants to find out who killed Padme, not knowing that it was him, and he's trying to like use her to like hunt down other Jedi. So it's like Vader takes place prior to the A New Hope, possibly. I think I don't know. I haven't been reading it.
Yeah.
Then there's other characters that they're spin-offs like Dr. Afra and all these other ones. So like I said, it's a lot of convoluted. So I don't know if any of these characters have shown up in other ones, but as far as I know, to me they're all new characters. But I'm all for it.
What's this new one that's on Disney Plus?
Tales of the. Oh, it's good, dude. It's real good.
Okay, so what's that about?
Basically, they're just like they're mini Clone War stories. Basically, I mean, in that style.
Okay.
So like the first episode is about Ahsoka when she's born, like she's a baby.
Oh, okay.
And so you get to kind of see who her parents were and like the village and like her species of alien, how they lived. So that one's really good. And then you have, I'm trying to think of the ones that stand out. There's that one, and then there's 3 episodes that are with Count Dooku, which before he becomes evil.
Okay.
So you get to see him when he's young, and Qui-Gon is his Padawan.
Mm-hmm.
And so like it's Liam Neeson's character, but he doesn't have long hair. He's got like a little Padawan shag.
Is Liam Neeson voicing as well?
I don't think he does. But so you get to see that story arc, and then you get to see where Dooku gets this disdain for like politics, like you dirty fuckers, like like the whole story of that one was like he was like this politician, the senator for that planet was literally holding his people hostage and starving them out.
Okay.
And got the Jedi to send 2 Jedis to retrieve his son that was being held hostage by his own people because they're fucking starving. And so like when Dooku finds out the truth, he's like, what the fuck? Like, you need to be arrested. Yeah. And he's like, no, I command you. And Dooku's like, no, you don't command anybody. And like he was like gonna like force choke him, and then like Qui-Gon was like, no, stop, what are you doing? And he's just like, oh shit. And then they have another one where it basically shows you a little bit more of episode 1. Okay. So and it has to do with Dooku. So like it takes place at the Jedi Temple, and Dooku's walking in the hallways and he sees Qui-Gon, and he's like, Qui-Gon, are you okay? I heard you encountered a Sith. So it's just when they get back from Tatooine and they have little Anakin and everything. Yeah. So it's like it takes place right then and there. And so he's like, oh, I'm fine, blah, blah, blah. He's like, well, take care of yourself, and this, that, and the other. During this, like, Yaddle or Waddle, I forgot what her name is, but she's a female Yoda, Grogu,
okay.
Really, that species.
Yeah.
And she was in episode 1, but you never saw her again.
Okay.
And so they show you what happened to her. So Dooku's had this disdain, and he's already working with Emperor Palpatine.
Oh shit!
So he's already like crossed the dark side. So she follows him, and she sees them 2 together. She's like, "Oh, you're the master. I'm gonna stop you. And Duke is like, don't do this. You don't understand. Blah blah blah. And like Palpatine's like, you got to make a choice. Like either you want to save the galaxy or you want to be a puppet. And so they fight, and it's a fucking badass fight. But he ends up killing her. Oh, and you're just like, fuck. Okay, that's like where he becomes Darth Tyrannus, right?
Okay.
It's really good. And then like the last episode is like, where Anakin is training a young Ahsoka, and it's just like this training drill over and over again. But it's the same training drill that she goes through, but it's like shows her as she gets progressively older, and then like how it helped her to survive on the final episode of Clone Wars, where she like defends herself from all the troopers, the clone troopers. Okay. So like it's really good. They're like, again, they're just short, like little 20-minute episodes. Okay. That you can literally watch them all in a night.
I'm gonna check those out.
Yeah.
So cool. But yeah, but overall, we both, as you know, love the show.
Yeah.
It was great. So hopefully, next year or 2 years, you have.
I hope next year.
Over next year, yeah. Around the same time, we have season 2. And then, of course, you got the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, I got Ahsoka coming. What we got? We got Mandalorian in January.
Yeah.
We got Mandalorian in January. We'll have probably Ahsoka in the spring or summer. Mm-hmm. Then we also have the Acolyte, which is like the...
What is that going to be about?
Some sort of Dark Force user. I think the rumor is it's going to be like a origin of the Inquisitors. Okay. Like how like Vader starts training these fallen Jedi to be his other hunters and stuff like that. So it could be, or it could be an Old Republic. Maybe they go into the Old Republic. I think that's worth exploring for sure. So yeah, we got a lot of Star Wars.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah. So, and we haven't heard if they're going to do a season 2 of Boba Fett. So we'll see. That's still up in the air.
That shit. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So,
okay.
Well, all right.
Well, that's that.
Let's go ahead.
So
and jump in.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah. Wakanda and the Tokatans. Talokans. Yeah. Yeah,
man. Hey, man. Look. It was good, man. It was
exactly. Are you or you or? A little both. Actually, I like that.
I think this is for sure top 3 villain, if you can call him a villain. Just exactly like if you could really call Killmonger a villain. I mean, I guess you could maybe call Killmonger more of a villain than you could Namor.
Yes.
Because Namor was doing it out of protection of his people versus like Killmonger was just like he wanted to do it for the wrong reasons, not to protect, not even really to liberate, just to be in control.
Pretty much,
you know what I mean, to dominate. So I mean, well, first off, dude, like there wasn't a you could hear a pin drop in the theater within the first 10 minutes.
Yes,
it was complete silence. To me, I think Marvel did a fantastic job. I was like, I was thinking about it, and I was watching, I was like, damn, how are they going to do this? And then it's just like chaos, and like he's got this illness that nobody knew that he had, and it just sprung out on everybody, and Shuri's racing to try to, and I was like, damn, like, if you stop and think about it, and again, maybe I'm just in the minority here, but that was him in real life. Nobody knew that he had cancer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it just showed up, and he was gone.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah. So I think some people were gonna look, Soups. I'm calling you out again. You're gonna have your opinion on the fact that you're gonna think that Marvel did a death scene for T'Challa just to mark it off of the death of Chadwick Boseman. Look, no, they didn't do that. If that were the case, they wouldn't have involved his family in that. So. To me, hats off to Ryan Coogler. I think this is going to be a Best Picture nomination. I know for sure Angela Bassett's going to get a nomination.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know about an Oscar, but she'll definitely get a Golden Globe, BAFTA, Screen Actors Guild.
Nomination.
It just depends. How the Oscar be.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, but I think it was a hands down fantastic movie.
Oh yeah.
Was it as good as the first Black Panther?
That's kind of up in the air.
That's up in the air. To me, like, here's what I'll say. I did not like Riri Williams.
I enjoyed her because she was the comic relief.
Okay.
A little bit. Yeah, she had all the joke lines pretty much. All the jokes.
Okay. I'll give you that. But to me, and this is maybe just comes back to like how I feel about like what I like to call lazy writing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was the MacGuffin, and the only reason for Wakanda to come to the United States. The only reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could literally take her character and still have the same movie.
Yeah.
Right? Because you could have easily said the scientist was Doom that made the fucking vibranium scanning device.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, or you could have just left it up in the air. You never know who it is. And it could have been an after credit scene of somebody else or whatever. But, you know, she was the MacGuffin. I didn't like her suit.
Oh, that was trash.
I'm hoping they do better.
Yeah, the first suit, I already told you, that first suit was trash for me.
Yeah.
But I get why, you know, of course, kind of like the first Iron Man suit, I get it.
Yeah,
kind of deal, homemade, built. Not in the cave, but it gets in the warehouse.
Yeah.
You know, kind of deal. That flies, and that kind of deal. So on. That was just even the Mach 2 suit with the big ass jets on the side, jets on the back.
I get it. You know, she's gonna evolve and do. You know, they're gonna follow the Tony Stark steps. But yeah, man, I don't know. To me, I think they could have done. If you're going to use a well-known, newly established character that's got a pretty good fan base in the comic books, I think they could have treated her character a little bit better.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, but I'm still going to watch her show.
Oh yeah, the show. Because the show, the villains.
The Hood.
The Hood. Now I'm interested in that.
Yeah,
that's going to be sick,
dude. Well, I think the fact that Marvel is really doubling down into their magic and horror kind of based properties, like the Hood is he's been in Avenger, he's been an everybody villain, he's fought everybody, and the fact that literally his powers are magic from the red hood that he wears, that it basically allows him to have magical powers, so. I mean, yeah. There's one point in the comic books where he has the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, the dude's fucking dope. Like, he can be pretty dope. And you know, I feel like Doctor Doom has become the new Mephisto. Like, oh, we're gonna see Doom, right? We're gonna see Doom, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna be Mephisto, right? But there's a rumor that Doom might be the one that gives him the hood, because in the comic books, Doom is. He's able to do magic like Doctor Strange. Like he's even in the new Doctor Strange run, which it's actually because they killed him in the comic books, and Clea is now the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, and so which Doom comes, he's like, "Look, bitch, I'm the next Sorcerer Supreme," and she's like, "No, you're not. I have the eye and this, that, and the other." And Steven left him, and he's like, "Oh, that's not how it works. It's not marriage property that you can just will down."
I wouldn't be surprised if that's how Doctor Strange 3 ends.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I think I don't know if I saw it on TikTok or the internet or whatever, but it seems like really like the phase 4 has the theme has been the passing of torches.
Yeah.
You know, you got the old Spider-Man passing this torch to the new Spider-Man. You got, Shang-Chi. You got all these, everything is being passed around. You got a new Miss Marvel. You got a new Iron Man. You got a new Black Panther. It just seems like that's the theme for Phase 4.
Yeah.
For whatever you could really call Phase 4, whatever you might. But going back to Wakanda Forever, I mean, it was a fantastic movie. I think Namor was a breakout. I foresee him getting some nominations because he was Tenoch Huerta was phenomenal acting, and I liked him when he was in Narcos Mexico. And I was like, damn, I've seen this dude in a movie, like in another movie, like a big budget movie.
Yeah.
I was like, where have I seen this dude before? And then I found him on TikTok, and I'm like scrolling through like his feed, and they show him, and he does like a Woody, from Toy Story impression. And I was like, oh shit, he was the husband in the Forever Purge, like the latest Purge movie. I was like, that's where I seen that cat.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely like this guy. But yeah, man, I think it was a great movie.
What?
I don't know how to say this.
Which part?
I think, and I know why they did it, because I think in one way it does lend to the story. I didn't understand Shuri.
Okay.
I didn't understand her story arc, and maybe that's just me being naive. And I mean, and maybe I need to watch the movie for a third time. But like, I get that she lost her brother, but then she has like this built-up rage of like, I gotta build the heart-shaped herb and this and the other, right? And I'm not getting along with my mom. Then she loses her mom, and then she's like, I fucking hate this motherfucker, and that's why she sees Killmonger. And then all of a sudden she like finds peace. Like, I just didn't really get her arc I just didn't get her arc in the movie. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy her. I thought she did phenomenal as Shuri. I think she acted her ass off. That last scene of the movie ending and then the extra credit scene.
Yes, yeah.
She was phenomenal. That right there takes all. You can take all the money on that scene. But I just didn't get her arc as Shuri. Like, to me, it just didn't. But I told you.
What?
My boy M'Baku, man.
Oh.
He gonna be king now. So
yeah.
I'm excited to see where they go with Black Panther 3. Are we gonna have 2 Black Panthers? Is M'Baku gonna get the heart-shaped herb, or is he gonna be Black Panther, or is he just gonna be the? I hate to use this name because obviously when they did write this, Marvel was not very sensitive to African Americans, but the ape man, that's what he was. He was the ape man. You know what I mean? Like, is he gonna be that?
I want to know, are they gonna bring that white suit? No, it's not Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
I forgot who's actually.
Yeah, it could be M'Baku. I mean, because in the comic books, he's the snow ape, right? It's like he wears like a white fur ape costume. Like, it's like over his head, and like the teeth are like here, and like they could use M'Baku to kind of take that place. But I'm interested to see what they do. I don't know. Like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
But dude, when he called her a bald-headed demon, I about. I literally had to like cover my mouth because my Slurpee was about to hit this dude in the back of the head. Like, I almost lost it. It was, that part was hilarious. That lives rent free in my brain. But yeah,
I loved it. I did my review on it on the channel.
Yeah.
So I'll say, I repeat what I said pretty much. I thought it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. I don't think it's a. You can only watch the movie so many times.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to watch.
It's a hard watch to watch it too.
Or like, the only way you're going to be able to watch it is you're going to skip.
Yes.
You're going to skip.
You got to skip the first maybe 15 minutes of the movie. Mm-hmm. Get to the point where it says 1 year later.
Yeah.
Watch the movie.
Yep.
Because it's like going to a fucking funeral all over again.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be going to do a show all the time. So yes, but if you watch from beginning to end, it's two times. I would say that's enough.
Yeah.
Unless you get to the 1 year part, hit that Blu-ray. All right, 1 year. Okay, cool. We can watch from this point on because we already know what happened and that kind of deal. Just watch the Marvel Studios opening credits and go to the 1 year part.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Sure.
Like I was mentioning before in the review, it's going to get nominated for some Oscars.
Costume.
So for
sound design,
Ludwig custom design, the lady that won it for Black Panther that first year, she will probably win it again. The same custom designer, Angela Bassett is going to get nominated for supporting actress. You're going to have Rihanna get nominated for the song, which the song honestly is not.
Man.
It's okay. It's getting, the more it's to the radio, it's getting better, but it's not as good as it was as All the Stars. That right there was a bad. That's Zoe's favorite song.
Yeah.
Literally, whenever we're in the car, Zoe's like, "Daddy, put on my favorite song, All the Stars." That's what you want to listen to. Kind of.
Yeah, I think her song is a little meh. It's
going to get nominated, but it's not going to win.
It's too dreary.
Yes,
it's too dreary. Like we want to. I think the idea was the movie to kind of move past it and reconcile the loss and move forward with it. But to me, when I hear that song, I'm like,
exactly.
I get brought back, and I don't want to be there.
Yeah. Let me see. I really hope Ryan Coogler is able to direct a much more bigger budget movie after this one. Honestly, he may need to be the one to direct Secret Wars.
I would agree with that.
Like
I don't see. I hope we get a Namor movie.
I don't think you will on that. The way it looks, because technically we're getting the Disney Plus show. The
Dora Milaje.
Yeah, that's going to be a Disney Plus show. And I don't think he's going to get his own. I don't think. If they do, it'll probably be a while. But I think, honestly, I don't think we should get one because it's going to be on the same. I think people are going to look at it as put on the same tier of, oh, we got a Black Widow movie all these years later. Either do it more currently. Don't wait as late as you did for Black Widow, kind of deal.
Yeah,
if you're gonna do it sooner than later.
They need to do that, and here's why.
Or don't do it at all.
Because if you're gonna introduce the Fantastic Four, the one dude that was always trying to steal Susan Storm from Reed was Namor. That fool had the hots for her since the moment he first saw her. It was always like, Reed's a fucking bitch. Like, all he does is he knows how to do math. Like, he's always dogging him out, trying to get Sue to like leave him to be with him. So I want to see that. Hopefully, am I going to get everything out of a comic book? Probably not. Yeah. But I would like to see that. So I would like to see, Fantastic Four, maybe a Namor show.
See, Namor show probably.
I would like to see a Namor show, but of the falling out of this, because it seems like Namora and Atuma aren't happy.
Yeah.
Right? So I kind of want to see that.
Yes.
Maybe that's not a whole movie, but I like to see that, him deal with that, and then it leads into Fantastic Four 2 or whatever.
Yeah. And, what was pretty cool was, his city.
Talokan was beautiful.
And I'm happy. Of course, they named Atlantis, even though we all know it was technically we all know what it was Atlantis.
Well, I mean, if you that's what I was telling you. I was like, for me with this movie, and I know we got to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
But for me, with Ryan Coogler, his attention to detail with actual human history, a lot of people don't know the Maya in the Yucatan Peninsula, which is what his people were.
Yeah.
Their origin story, states that they came from an island that was swallowed up by the wisdom of the water, which sounds like what? Atlantis, right? Yeah. And the only reason that they survived was by ship, and the only 7 survived. That's their story. And there were 7 shamans that came. And the reason that they named it, I can't remember specifically, because it's not Maya. It's like Maya something. There's another syllable in it that makes it a different word, but it means those that survived.
Yeah.
So, for them to be able to build and do all these other things, literally in a land that's technically not even there. Yeah. Like what, because they just show up. Like that's how we don't know anything really about them. Mm-hmm. That they're just there. There's no other previous history. Like, so that to me, I was like, damn, dude, that's cool. That's like a deep cut. Because if you know that, you're like, damn, dude, like it's cool. Like, cause yeah, we could be Atlanteans. Like, nobody knows. Like, they just know Atlantis from Plato. He's like, oh, there was this land called Atlantis, and they had all this technology and this and the other. But where it was in comparison to those maps was closer to the Yucatan Peninsula than it was to Europe. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they were brown.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, it definitely was.
So I was like, I felt the love and adoration in that.
That I know one thing. I was talking to my homeboy. I'm gonna go see with some friends of mine. And when it came up on the screen, I was like, bro, this is that bullshit right here. When they keep on water and you saw the Spaniards with the slaves, God. I was like, see, this shit gonna piss me off right here, just seeing this shit, because
that's why he said
every culture has some kind of slave.
Mm-hmm. And that's why he said that Spanish is a hateful language, because it wasn't our language. Because you really talk to actual Mexicans or Mexicas or anything like that, they don't see Spaniards as Mexicans.
Yeah.
Because they're to them, and even just in general, they're white because they're European.
Yeah.
They just happen to speak Spanish. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So to see that on screen and be like, yeah, shit, we've been about that bullshit too.
Yeah.
This is fucked up, man, but we're here now. What are we gonna do? Gotta move forward. Shit.
All you can do. But
but I it's hard to see that, but I appreciate it because it's
real.
It's real, and it's shit that they don't teach you in fucking school.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that, and it might make somebody, whether they're white, black, brown, or whoever, might be curious, oh shit, well, what was that? And they start doing their own research and be like, damn, that's fucked up. Was anybody else treated like that? And you might find just damn, that's really fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate that. It's hard to see, but it's in a sense it's good because you get the conversation going.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But overall, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it like that. So
yeah,
time to move on to Phase 5 at this point.
Quantumania, baby! I'm excited for that, man. I'm really excited. I want to start seeing some more, going back to the world building of Marvel.
I'm ready to see all these versions of Kang. Hell, all these versions of Ant-Man now. Technically, I want to see just the different types of them, the variants.
Yeah.
So, and then, when is Loki dropping? Season 2.
I think in the summer.
Next summer. Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe even late winter or spring, early spring. Because I think they're done.
They're done. I think they already wrapped with that one.
Yeah.
They're dropping sometime.
But yeah, man,
next year.
I can't wait either. I think we got a nice little 2023 plate on our hands. So, but all right, fam. I think that brings us to a close. I think our next episode will be actually, obviously right before Christmas. We're gonna break down as many as the holiday movies that we can see. We've already seen a couple already, but we got Violent Night coming out. I want to see that. What else? Is that the only other holiday movie that's in theaters?
Christmas movie.
That's on HBO.
Christmas Story, Christmas, HBO, Spirit,
Apple Plus.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think of anything else when it comes to actual. The Santa Claus, which I haven't heard.
Oh yeah. I haven't heard anything about that yet.
I've heard not so good things about the Santa Claus kind of deal on Disney Plus. So, but I'll probably still watch it.
So we'll try to cover those, and then as a holiday special for ourselves, we're each gonna pick our top 3 favorite Christmas movies and kind of give our opinions on those.
That's right. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
That might be a shared exclusive between myself and Kungfu, but we appreciate you guys coming by, watching the show. Again, like, subscribe, share. Drop comments. We're always looking to read and see and respond back. We want to get better. Again, share this out with everybody. Without you guys, we can't grow. And again, we're doing this for fun. We're not looking to kind of make a Joe Rogan conglomerate. We're just doing this for fun. We're trying to give our honest opinions, no bias, no payouts, no nothing. So again, anything that you guys can do to help spread this out, please do it. We appreciate it. And on that note, we'll see you guys next show. And we out.
Bitch.
Man.